It's hot. But anyways, shalom, shalom, shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakah Kodash. And again, I can't give double honors because I'm not officially in GMS, but salutations to the apostles, the elders, and the elders who rule well in this, the bishops and the elders in GMS, rule well, man. And shalom to the rest of the hopeful elect out there, man. Brothers that's, in, GMS camps, as well as brothers who like-minded like me, that's pushing this truth like like wildfire, like I always say, man. Pushing it out there, making sure it gets known, while we still can before the night comes when we can't work. I hope this video was edifying, and that time is coming soon. But anyways, I'm gonna do a video on this, man. Hey, this is why these devils is about to come down with great wrath. This is why they are gonna do things like ban the scriptures, man. Censor the internet, man. Come down on so-called anti-Sem, quote unquote. If you know, you know. Because these devils are getting exposed. It's even getting to the point to where they're exposing their own, man. Well, it's been at that point. Disgruntled devils exposing their own people. But Deuteronomy 33 verse 29. Happy art thou, O Israel, who is like unto thee, O people saved by the Most High power Yahweh, the shield of thy help. And just in case you don't know Israel, that's Yasharal, meaning he's the prince of power in the Hebrew. But anyways, and who is the sword of thy excellency, and thine enemies shall be found liars unto thee. Thou shalt tread upon their high places. That's coming next. And Esau Edom, he's being found a liar unto us, man. These heathens, they being found liars unto us, man. And a part of the way that's happening is these devils, is through these scriptures, but also these devils is confirming these scriptures by exposing these disgruntled devils that's exposing these higher ups, is confirming what we say, confirming what we've been bringing out, through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Through these scriptures, man. Psalm 64 and 7. But the Most High power Yahweh shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. Verse 8. So they shall make their own tongue fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And that's what these devils are doing, man. Because these devils are divided, man. So they're exposing their own. Because they've done each other wrong, man. Verse 9. Ain't no honor among thieves, man. But verse, you know that saying is true. But verse 9, and all men shall fear, and shall declare the work of the Most High power Yahweh, for they shall wisely. Sorry, I'm still under the weather, Salakia. For they shall wisely consider of his doing. Because the Most High power Yahweh is causing these devils to drop dime on their own people, man. Pretty much. These disgruntled ass devils, man, like Scott Ritter. He's an example of that. There's others as well, man. Julian Assange, it exposed some of that shit, man. Many others, man. I actually started around the late 60s, early 70s. With that shit being exposed by disgruntled ass devils, man. Verse 10, the righteous shall be glad in the Most High power Yahweh, and shall trust in him, and all the upright in heart shall glory, man. Because these disgruntled devils is exposing what what these higher up elite devils are doing, man. Helping confirm the words of these scriptures, man. And that's why these devils is about to come down with great wrath, man. You know, and one of the things that's going to happen is the famine of the word. Amos 8 and 11, and these are righteous decrees are going to help to bring that about, man. Amos 8:11, behold, the days come, saith the Most High Power Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, no thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Most High Power Yahweh. You know, because it's going to be illegal, that's why. We ain't going to be able to do it. Verse 12, they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Most High Power Yahweh, and shall not find it, man. They're not going to find it. You know, because it is that time that the night come when no man shall work, shall be able to work, man. And then all hell is going to be breaking loose too. There you go, John 9 and 4. And this goes for those that follow Yahweh Shai as well, man. John 9 and 4, man. Hey, because we're 3 and 5, because we're 3 of us are, you know. Basically, there he is in the midst, man. But John 9 and 4, I must work the works of him that sent me, while it is day, the night cometh when no man can work. No man can work. Verse 5, as long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world. You know, hey, same for his servants, man. Those of his household, man. Cause, yeah. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Yeah, Matthew 18 and 20. Hey, for where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, there am I in the midst of them. You know, so, but anyways, you know, so it applies also to, you know, us as well, man, the followers of Yahweh Shai, man. But anyways, you know, that famine of the word is coming. And the part of the way that is coming, a major part, a big part of the way it's coming, these are righteous decrees. It's through these unrighteous decrees, man. Literally decrees, literally executive orders being pushed out, right? By DJT, man. Isaiah 10 and 1. Which he's being allowed to just push them out, man. We in them days when these devils is coming down with great wrath, man. These are righteous decrees. Any speech that's against the small hats, you know. Any speech that exposes them, man. which they connect to speech against their conspiracies, man, of this government. Wonder why. Because the small hats, they're that chief house, man. And they run the world through the US, through the West, you know, through the so-called state of Israel. And so they're gonna make it illegal for you to criticize them. And they're moving towards that. And a part of how they're doing it, let me get it. I'm gonna get to something that a brother brought out, man. This brother, his name on here is The Wisdom of Ben Cyril, at Ben Cyril's King. He be bringing out a lot of news. But basically he reposted this this dude that be bringing out a lot of news as well, man. But he's not in the truth. But I believe he knows of it because one of his accounts, he follows me on here as well. But so I believe he be watching the videos. I don't know. But anyways, that's besides the point. He said Kanye West is a puppet being used to strip us of our free speech. And basically I could see how that could be the case. Most likely is. Because what are the odds he goes on a quote-unquote anti-Sim rant when Trump is going to be targeting quote-unquote anti-Sim? What are the odds, right? He comes out and, does what he does, man. And if you ain't been living under a rock, you basically, you've heard of it, basically. And, hey, Trump, got this article screenshotted. Says Trump is targeting S-ism in schools. Experts fear other civil rights will be ignored. Basically, he's making that a priority. Now, if you criticize these small hats, you're gonna be targeted, man. And hey, bro, I could see how that could be the case, And he reposted several tweets, that he had posted. And there's this one video that he actually posted, and it goes into it, and basically it shows how this could lead to the scriptures being banned, literally the famine of the word. But also because you see what's going on in Australia. They're passing so-called anti-hate speech laws, man, against the anti-S-ism. So anything that is considered that, they're gonna crack down on, man. There's this article right here. Basically, that's the model for what they're gonna do here, man, and everywhere else. Well, basically, they're calling people, basically noticing what these small hats are doing. as an quote unquote an appalling rise of anti-Sism, and they're cracking down, man. And then they be doing false flags and shit, It's because she's talking about recent quote unquote attacks on synagogues, schools, and child care centers, and you know how they get down, man. You'll have an event that's later exposed to be like a hoax or some shit. They actually, it was a small hat that did it the whole time, but they already passed a law that that was in response to that, man. And that's been being noticed as well, and they're saying they're going after other forms of racism, but come on, let's like use our heads, man. They're gonna put emphasis on that anti-Sism, because they the people, the small hats. They the people who run the show, man. The biblical tribe of Amalek, man. Hey, saying that's gonna be illegal soon. But there's another video by a brother going into Amalek. Yeah. Yup, there's that. And then you got this going on here in the U.S. Representatives Gottheimer and Lawler lead bipartisan charge, both Republicans and Democrats, two wings of the same bird, to combat anti-Semitism on college campuses. In a powerful display, you see how they worded, of bipartisan leadership, Congressman Josh Gottheimer, Democrat, New Jersey, and Mike Lawler, Republican, New York, have introduced the Anti-Sism Awareness Act, a critical piece of legislation aimed at protecting the so-called JOO to the Ish students from the alarming rise in what they call quote-unquote anti-Sism on college campuses across the U.S. And they're talking about the I'm just going to say pro-Palestine protests, man, because y'all know why. Pro-Palestine protests that's been going on. They're addressing those protests. And what it goes on to say is the reintroduction of this bill comes in response to an unprecedented surge in what they call quote-unquote anti-S. I'm just gonna go with that. Incidents. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Particularly in the wake of that whole October 7th deal, basically. According to recent data, which, brothers have gone into that October 7th deal, but yeah. According to recent data, %, of college students report witnessing or experiencing anti-Sism, quote unquote, what they call that, which any negative Any criticism of the small hats is called that, man. Basically. And I wouldn't be surprised to find that those college students that, you know, are reporting that, you know, the small hats themselves, a lot of them. But anyways, they took that and they said it was a disturbing statistic that's brought to this action from Gottheimer alone. But anyways, quote unquote, this is their statement. Since the horrific you know what I'm saying, it's attacks by Hamas, you know what I'm saying, on October 7th, you know, which they're going to keep harping on that when brothers have got into what really happened. We have seen an explosion of anti-S or anti-Sem, I'm just going to say that, violence and intimidation on college campuses, quote unquote. And you gotta look at what they mean by intimidation, you know? Because there's this recent TikTok video of these small hats that ran away from this so-called black dude, this Jake, this Israelite, and he wasn't even like trying to mess with them, you know, he wasn't even trying to fuck with them, and they still ran away, man. So they could say, see, that's intimidation, when he didn't even do nothing to them. On college campuses, quote unquote. Anything could be called intimidation. Said Representative Gottheimer, quote unquote, far too many. And that's how you know they're Edomites too, man. But far too many in our community no longer feel safe in their own homes, classrooms, because Esau, you know, he can't. Hey, Esau, like, they know what. Hey, the wicked flee with no man in pursuit. That's all I'm gonna say, man. But anyways, quote unquote, far too many in our community no longer feel safe in their own homes or classrooms, which they're talking about criticism, and basically they know these people are right and it's bothering them. But they're gonna frame it that way, you know how they do. I'm gonna continue. Our partisan bill will give law enforcement the tools they need to identify and address anti-Esism, ensuring that hate and discrimination, they'll call anything hate, man. Also, that's a buzzword, you know. Even if what you're saying is true, they'll still call it hate. And discrimination, if they'll call, that's a buzzword too. That's become a buzzword too. And they feel they're in a hostile environment because you're criticizing them. They could say, oh, they're discriminating. I've no place, and they have no place in New Jersey or across the country, quote unquote. Lawler echoed this, stressing the urgent need for federal intervention. Now, so a Democrat and Republican supporting this one. Republicans is supposed to be the party for free speech and limited government, right? But you have a Democrat and a Republican supporting this shit. Apparently there's an exception when it comes to the small hats. But I'm going to continue. Quote unquote, no person should feel unsafe, targeted, or ostracized because of their faith. Quote unquote, Lawler said. Feel unsafe. You know, you could feel some type of way, but it doesn't mean it's true, man. You could feel targeted, but it doesn't mean being targeted. You could feel ostracized, but it doesn't mean being ostracized. You know? Or they could say they feel that way. See, this is subject to broad interpretations, man. You know, and they have. A small hat Karen could be like, these people made me feel unsafe, you know, because they were criticizing with the genocide in Gaza, you know. And so they made me feel unsafe, you know. But anyways, it goes on to say, if I haven't, I'm gonna say it again because I don't remember, but it is what it is. "Quote unquote, the Anti-Ism Awareness Act will stop it from happening." Quote unquote. And that's straight up censorship, you know. It could be used to censor. At the heart of the Anti-Ism Awareness Act is the adoption of the IHRA, you know, International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance, the definition of anti-ism by the U.S. Department of Education. I already recognize, which I thought they was doing away with them, but already recognized by more than 40 countries and 35 U.S. states. This definition provides a clear framework for identifying anti-Sim discrimination, which basically anything they don't like, making it easier for universities and law enforcement to hold perpetrators accountable. By formally recognizing I'm gonna have to do the same with this. Anti-Zist harassment as anti-ism, the bill ensures that the so-called JOO to the ish students are afforded the same legal protections as any other minority group. No, it goes above and beyond. But this website is called Yeshiva World, so you know what it is. It's a long overdue step in combating the dangerous normalization of anti-SEM, rhetoric on college campuses where students have reported, you couldn't report anything, being harassed, physically threatened, and even excluded, which they're not going to tell a whole story of that, and even excluded from campus activities simply, and then of course they're going to say that, simply for being J to the double O to the ish, or supporting, the so-called state of Israel. Well, so of course they're going to frame it that way, You're going to learn their whole, Karen, the movie Karen, the whole Karen stereotype, that's how Esau is, including Amalek, especially Amalek. The bill has garnered overwhelming support. That's a whole nation of them, and Amalek being especially that way, man. But Drake learned that from his Amalek side, man. The small hat side of the family, man. He learned that shit, man. Sue the fuck out of them. Got it from his mama, that nurture side. He was taught well. You get what I'm saying, man. They're Karens. But the bill has garnered overwhelming support from leading, J to the double O to the ish organizations, including the ADL, infamous ADL, who didn't give a fuck, by the way, about Elon's two Nazi salutes and shit. Defended them, actually. But when it came to Kyrie, they had all the smoke. And when it comes to the Kanye's tweets, they have all the smoke, man. So they clearly hate you tribes as well. The J to the double O It's not spelled that way, but I'm spelling it that way. And then Ish, Federations of North America, AJFNA, the OU, Orthodox Union, and the Conference of Presidents of Major American, J to the O to the O to the Ish organizations, which I spelled it that way. It's not spelled that way in real life. Quote unquote, this legislation is crucial in ensuring an anti-S-ism, including now they're including anti-Z-is in their shit. Meaning you can't criticize their genocide, man. Harassment, which is protest. That would be protest. Has no place in our schools or society, quote unquote. Said the I'm gonna say this, the infamous Jonathan Greenblatt, CEO of the infamous ADL. Quote unquote, we urge Congress to act swiftly. Hey, you want to talk about Karens? That's the ADL. Anyways, quote unquote, we urge Congress to act swiftly and send a powerful message that combating anti-S-ism remains a national priority, quote unquote. The ZOA, which is the Z-ist Organization of America, praised Lawler, of course they did, and Gottheim's leadership, emphasizing the necessity of defining anti-S-ism clearly to prevent universities from turning a blind eye to discrimination, aka, tolerating that First Amendment activity, right? But, the First Amendment don't apply to small hats. But anyways, it is what it is. Quote unquote, it is essential that hatred, what they call hatred, against the JOOs, so-called, is clearly identified as anti-S-ism, quote unquote, said Morton A. Klein, national president of ZOA. Quote unquote, the passage of this act is a vital first step to reverse the trend of allowing what they call hatred to prosper in our country, quote unquote. The OU, the Orthodox Union, also voiced strong support, of course they did, urging swift congressional approval to provide the so-called J to the O-ish students with the protection they deserve. Quote unquote, we cannot allow our universities to become breeding grounds for what they call hate, said Gottheim. I added what they call, of course. No shit, right? Quote unquote, this bill will send a clear message. Anti-S-ism in any form is unacceptable, and the so-called J to the O to the ish students have a right to feel safe in their own schools, quote unquote, which, you could tell it means safe from criticism, quote unquote. This is about protecting the fundamental rights of every American, which it's not, because it violates the first, but they don't care about that when they don't actually care about that. It's just a piece of paper. Hey, George W. Bush said it, right? The Constitution is just a piece of paper. That's how they feel. Quote unquote. This is about protecting the fundamental rights of every American. But that's a joke. Added Lawler. Quote unquote, it's time for Congress to act. And we will not stop fighting until this legislation is signed into law. And truth be told, they didn't really. Scriptural. But they didn't even they believe that they. But now they're saying, hey, fuck the Constitution as a whole, man. Like, fuck that First Amendment. We not respecting it. If you don't like what you're saying, you can't say it. You know? Basically. Even though they pledged to uphold that Constitution, they're saying fuck that. Fuck that shit. That doesn't mean shit to us. That's what they're saying. And so, hey, they gonna censor the truth. That's what they're gonna do. And now this is me speaking as a man, but I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised if, because you got DJT, going to the Super Bowl, right? And I wouldn't be surprised if they do stage an event there. There's a lot of predictive programming behind them staging an event at the Super Bowl. And DJT did say, if I get touched, if they try to, take me out the picture, blow Iran up. Basically. Because the implication is that Iran would be blamed somehow. But that gives who? The small hats. The perfect motive to, the so-called take him out, right? Doesn't it? So I wouldn't be surprised, This is me speaking as a man, but hey, I wouldn't be surprised if they do stage an event there and it involves taking DJT out the picture. 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And devices goes into that as well. And Satan just means adversary. So it applies there as well. And Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, verse 5. Well, actually, I think it's vice versa. I'll just look it up if I don't know. But let me just do this. There you go. 5:15, there you go. Ecclesiastes, though, not Wisdom of Solomon. But, Ecclesiastes, or Book of Sirach, chapter 5:15. Be not ignorant of anything in the great matter or small, which is, by the way, where that brother gets his Twitter name from. But yeah, Ecclesiastes 5:15. Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or the small. But yeah, we'll see. I'm not saying something's gonna happen either, but we'll see. I'm just saying I would not be surprised. That's all I'm saying. And y'all shouldn't be either. But, because also, Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. And the heavens, their high position, but these devils is about to come down. Basically, they about to come down with great wrath. Where the devils come down unto you having great wrath, because you know that he hath but a short time. That his time of rulership is almost up, man. He got a short time to do his thing, man. Verse 13. And when the dragon saw that he was cast into the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man child. And that woman is, you know, the whole nation of Israel, man. Which is portrayed as a woman, described as a woman in other parts of the scriptures. Verse 17, and the dragon was because, you know, described as the Lord's woman, man. As also, you know, was called church, really the gathering of the elect. You know, the Israelites of the Most High. Yahweh, that's described as the Lord's woman. But verse 17, and the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of the Most High Power Yahweh, and have the testimony of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. So, basically, the real goal of these devils is to go after the real believers in Yahweh Shai, man. Basically. Which is those basically, you know, brothers in this 144% truth, pushing this 144% doctrine, and those who believe in it. You know, those who help. You know, those who help those Israelites who help those brothers as well, man. You know, with sincerity, you know, because they believe. Even though they may not get it all the way, they believe. You know. But yeah. You know, we at the end. These devils is about to make their move. And also to add to that, I'm speaking as a man again, it would not surprise me if they somehow try to like link brothers and Iran to it, man. Would not surprise me. And try to say that, you know, Kanye's tweets was one of the inspirations of the man who did it, man. Would not surprise me. Would not surprise me. Would not surprise me. What I just said right now, they probably thought of it already, man. In fact, it may be the reason why, you know, they got Kanye doing what he's doing. Hey, maybe one of the reasons. Because, hey, the wicked, they always plotting, basically. Psalm 64 this is what they do, man. Verse 4, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at them and fear not. Verse 5, they encourage themselves in an evil manner. They commune laying snares privately. What's that, a conspiracy? They say, who shall see them? Verse 6, they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. And they're called what? Verse 2, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. So the secret counsel of the wicked, man. That in itself, so what's that? Secret societies, man. Secret societies are biblical. Verse 3, hey, so the Illuminati is real. Verse 3, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. What are those? What are those? Propaganda. What are those? Well, false propaganda. What are those unrighteous decrees, man? Psyops. Damn, I blow my nose. Jeez. Lucky for the interruption. But anyways, yeah. You know that, but I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. But with that, hey, Shalom, stay strong. Hey, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Double honors to, well, I can't do that, I'm not in a GMS camp, but salutations to the apostles and elders of GMS who rule well. You know, Shalom to the rest of the whole full elect out there. You know, and to the brothers, you know, that's pushing this truth out there, you know, both on the highways and byways, and you know, and on this information highway, aka the internet. You know, ain't like wildfire in all truth, like not holding back in all sincerity. You know, they sincere with it. And Shalom. Hey, I already said Shalom to the rest of the whole select out there. Shalom. I hope this live was, well, this video, I used to do lives, but I hope this video was edifying to the elect. Shalom, stay strong. Baba Ball, you know, said in my past videos what that means. Also, staying with the Bada, La Adawam. I've also made that clear in my past videos. Badla, Gawayam, Wa, Abad, La Ayam, no, yeah. That's who I am. And the Lord gonna bring it. I made that clear in my past videos too. The Most High, Yahweh, is gonna bring it, man. Shalom, stay strong. Baba Ball. Hey, Israelites God next forever. Shalom. Hey, Esau, you going down. Shalom.